Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your December Tarot card reading. One thing I want to say before or while I'm shuffling, whoa, I don't think that's it, is that while I was trying to meditate on your energy, think of Gemini archetype, I kind of kept getting the same story in my head, and it was in many different ways, and then the final way was pretty freaking extreme. Well, that was what was meant. Wow. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so I kept hearing, like, wow, all of this, this is too much. Oh my god, it's too bright in here, or something like that. Or you can't just do it all at once. Or you say, like, I have to learn this. Like, I can't just go into it like it's, without learning the steps. And I wasn't really sure what that meant. And then I just kept on meditating a little bit and seeing what kinds of thoughts just kept coming up. And I would see where that would go. I was very entertained by my mind, by the way. Gemini rising. And I finally went to the thought of, this is why it is so important for the collective to awaken the right way now, because we're all now supporting each other. More and more people are waking up, and they're coming forward with the courage to share their experience of awakening, so that there's support, security, so that there's support, while going through this really spiritual crisis, in a sense. We come to the realization that most of our life has been some kind of, like, total illusion, like that we literally, it's like we had some type of elixir, some mind control thing, right? That's what I'm feeling like. That's what I feel like. You're waking up really, really fast or something, or you're having all of these spiritual realizations. And the reason I say that it's so important for the collective to wake up is because I had a vision that what it comes down to for the end of the earth, or whatever that we're doing, by the way, we're messing up our home, our earth. But anyway, that what it really comes down to for survival of our species, or, most of the life on earth, at least, or whatever's supposed to thrive. And you'd think we were supposed to thrive, being that we are of the highest, the most versatile mental capacity of all species. But that does not mean that we're the most spiritual or the most awakened, or that we even realize that we have souls in our bodies here. Most of us, we did come, we came into the world with the remembrance, and we were kind of stuck in these little bodies. We couldn't talk at first. We couldn't really express what the hell we knew, right? And I feel like that's a process as well that we go through intentionally or purposefully. It's like we grow into forgetting, and that's a part of the integration of becoming like a human, from our divine space, wherever we were before. Some people probably jump to new lives super quickly. But if not, I'm sure some souls choose to stay wherever they are for a little while to work some things out before they decide to take the test again, or go to the school again. Anyway, so the point is if the earth ends, or if we have some major catastrophe, to ensure our survival, if we are all highly awakened beings and we know how to integrate these things that we're hearing in our head, or that we're like having light bulb moments coming to the realization about, and it changes our entire world, if we knew how to integrate that properly and we could awaken fully, which means we connect, we're literally finally linking or bridging the gap between mind, body, soul. And that's the purpose. That is the purpose. Okay? And I feel, though, like knowing that, whoever I'm speaking to, knowing that that is the purpose, and whether you know that or not now, having the synchronicity, I guess, or the sign by me telling you that yes, you do. And that remembrance is going to give you courage, because you're going to know that the mission and the purpose is so much bigger than just this little body. And some things, probably like fear, which is that opposite of courage, it's because you don't feel secure in some way. There's something probably coming from your roots. But let's just get back into the reading. I'm taking too long here. Sorry. Got into the Gemini mode. Talking. Okay. My moon sign's also in Gemini. So yeah, I talk a lot. So you got Hania. All right. And this is the Archangel that you can call upon when you need to, especially when you're feeling like you need a little bit of extra help gaining courage for something very important to you. Sorry about the glare. My God. Okay. Courage. It seems you have recently felt your force dwindling, and that you need to call upon this oracle for support. Haniel's shield of humility will allow you to feel fully protected as you face the situation. Which part of you feels thwarted, or what thought suggests that you cannot move bravely through this current experience? Trust the courage of the wise Haniel. See yourself covered by the shield and drenched in angelic presence of the ruby ray arising from Haniel's beautiful presence. Please do not doubt your truth. Find strength in your convictions and allow them to guide you to be a spiritual warrior. Chant Om Namah Shivaya. That's spelled OM NAMAH SHIVAYA 3 times, and the divine will illuminate your way forward. So that's chanting Om Namah, there's an H there, Shivaya 3 times. Okay? Yeah, so I don't know, man. Obviously our fears, do come from our programming. I was just talking to Aquarius about this. It's interesting. Before I did your reading, or before I started the video, like I've been doing recently, I pulled you Universe as your back card, right? And this is what you got. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And so the thing is, it's really important for humans to wake up to the fact that their energy currently and their thoughts, their thought patterns, they're not just inherent. It's not like you're not stuck with them forever, is the point. What they really come from is a blueprint, like a download that happened when you were a child. Your brain, you needed, that's why they say the brain is like a sponge when you're a little baby and up to a certain age, because all you're doing is collecting and sponging up information. So that information is not just things that you learn about in, a structured way, like outside of the home. Your home is your school. It's the first school, the school of life. It's the first school of relating to people, relatives. It's all relative, they say, right? Whenever I've been asked, what do you think? Do you think it's more nature or nurture? I kind of always logically thinking have said, well, it's probably both. It's a combination because people, sorry, I'm terrible at this. People come into this world with different types of, emotional makeups, and also their elements are different. I mean, it depends on what element rules you in your birth chart. You may be a Gemini, but you could be more ruled by fire. You could have fire element prominent in your chart, or you could have water element prominent in your chart, or you could be a Gemini with some type of crazy, you could have like a Scorpio moon, for example, which would mean that although, you're a Gemini, you're not always so talky. Especially when you're in a time in life where you feel overwhelmed. So, but that doesn't mean that you didn't know at some points in life how to work the two together, your sun and moon sign. What was I just saying? My God, sorry. Oh, so you may not know how to balance the two out, especially if you don't know your birth chart. That's why birth charts, like I always say, could literally be lifesavers for so many people, because they would understand everything. But so my point is, when we don't integrate all the information we're learning newly, and we feel like we've been just hit over the head with the fact that our whole lives were just a program running, that we could have easily, not easily, it's not easy, but that earlier on maybe it would have been easier, possibly, to tune right in and get that virus out, or technically, in a way, or just reset the system, basically. Reset the system, because we understand that we came here. As fully divine beings with knowledge of all the Akashic records, everything ever happened, we know. And so therefore, that is why, as we become more spiritually enlightened, we do tend to have these random thoughts that are just like, oh my God, that's coming to our brain. I mean, Stephen Hawking, looking into the fire, that's how he thought of everything. He understood the universe. Albert Einstein, many of his thoughts, I guarantee, came that way. None of our thoughts just come from nothing. They're divinely inspired, okay? Okay, anyway, enough of my tangents. Holy crap. Aren't I getting real Gemini? Sorry. If they're anything like me, I get annoyed with other Geminis. Don't tell anybody. Shh. I'm just kidding. That's not true. Some Geminis I do get really freaking annoyed by. So, if you're anything like me, you might be getting really annoyed with me. So, you got for your mental card, by the way. Let me explain what I do, by the way, if you haven't watched any of my videos before. So, I pull 3 different oracle cards that are the main energies, and I clarify those 3 oracle cards, shuffling from 3 different tarot decks. And these are different oracle decks as well. But 3 different tarot decks, and I shuffle for each oracle 3 tarot cards. Then I shuffle for a separate 4th card, a love card, and I quote that because I always say, like, if we don't have mind, body, soul in harmony, any relationship we have, which again, our first learning of relating is from our family, but any relationship we have will mirror to us the holes in our heart, or the spaces inside that need filling by only us, the only person who can really fill them, the only soul who can fill them at all is you, yourself. Anyway, mental card you got is agent or manager. Your work expands its reach as you partner with a professional who can help you. So it depends. This could mean many different things. It depends, though, on what these thoughts are that you're having. If they're expressions, if they're like emotional expressions. Let's say you used to write music or songs or poetry, and it used to really be a beautiful outlet. Not only that, but that those songs were incredibly deep and powerful and actually ended up being a resource for another in the same position or a similar position, or at least what they gathered from your song or poem or whatever, your piece of art, whatever they felt from it, connected to it, they believed or felt the vibration, because words are vibration as well. They felt that vibration of what in their soul, just like you did when you were writing it. That's alchemy, to take these human horrors, really, because being a human is freaking hard, because you can't just have good. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not unfortunate, but for most humans, it is very painful, until you realize who you really are, until you remember. So what I'm trying to say is you may be experiencing the same kind of urge to like write or to express whatever these emotions are, these deep emotions are, especially if you're like a water moon sign. And if you're a Gemini sun, then you definitely think quite a lot. So the combination of your birth chart will make a huge difference as to where your mind goes. And maybe that's why you need an agent or manager, because you're having all these amazing creative thoughts, and maybe you're remembering some of the old poetry and songs, but because of the place you've been living, as in the mental space, or the programming you've been in for quite a long time, that you yourself are the only one to blame for. And I don't mean to say that in a mean way, because I say that to myself too. Trust me. We all have to come to this realization at some point in our life. Because what I was getting at in the very beginning, I just realized I never really finished, was that there's going to come a time when it's the quote-unquote end of the world, and that time is going to we're going to be forced, which is, it seems to be, it's coming now. The collective is awakening because of the energies of the planets, truly. It's like an alignment that only, alignments that only happen every who the hell knows, but not typically in one lifetime or even several generations, possibly. So if you've ever seen like Hercules, for example, the cartoon, I don't know why that came into my mind. Maybe that has something to do for you. I don't remember the last time I saw that movie. I loved that movie, though. I'm a big Disney fan. Anyway, if you remember in Hercules, on his 18th birthday, the planets were perfectly aligned in a straight line. And that was some type of gate that would open energetically. And if you think of humans, how are we animated? What are we animated by? Well, what does our body consist of? Well, it consists of electricity, right? Matter. Electricity is fire. Matter, which is earth. Blood and all the liquid things in our organs and everything. Water. And literally air. Breathe. So we literally are the 4 elements. And we need to clean and take care of those elements. So truly a symbol of when we're not expressing our vulnerabilities, listen to what this says. And look at it. It's like the 2 Gemini, the twins, talking to each other. Listen to your vulnerable feelings, as they contain wisdom and inspiration in spirit. And then pray for strength to focus on your priorities no matter what. See, and you know what the thing is that sometimes some people get so numb that they need a wake up where their spirit runs back into their body. And sometimes that feels like a trauma, or that can be traumatic, and it can be very, very painful or very shocking. But that's because we've been in an autopilot place, and that's our spirit, and that's the universe actually blessing us. I really feel for some reason that somebody needs to hear that. But that is truly the bigger picture, the bigger energies that we don't see, that we're connected to. Totally, always. But that we don't think are there. But those bigger energies, they're speaking directly to us because they're trying to save us. And that's why you'll see signs. That's why you'll see synchronicities. That's why once you start waking up, you're going to see number synchronicities. On the clock, you look at the time, and it's blah, blah, blah time. So, by the way, whoever really is resonating with this, look at the time right now. As I was saying, the time, because that probably has some really cool value for you, which will help instill faith. And as I just looked at my thing, it was 21:21. 21 minutes and 21 seconds that I've been recording. Now it's more, obviously. But somebody or somebody's out there really need to find their faith again. And I don't mean in a religious way per se. If religion is the format that you are that you feel most emotion and energetic, you feel the energy from that kind of that method, it doesn't really matter, honestly, as long as you embody it. Because it's not about saying, I believe this or that, and listening to lectures or whatever once a week or even every day. Even every day. For example, you could watch spiritual talks on YouTube, or you could read the Bible every single day. As I just said that it was 2-2-2-2. So yeah, interesting. You could read the Bible every single day, but does that mean that you act in a holy manner? Are you living by the what would Jesus do model every day in life? Or are you still flying off the handle at so-and-so when they pissed you off, or whatever it is? You have to really look at that. Like, you have to look at what you're thinking, and what you're putting out as well. Like your energy, which is what this says. And what you're putting out, it says everything about what's going on in your subconscious. It also says whether you're awake or not. People who react really strongly, and I was saying this to Aquarius as well, because recently they've been kind of reactionary, yeah. And they're very uncomfortable in that place. But they've been in that place because they need that wake up, and they needed to shake up to find that balance again. You can't be one thing or another. Look at wisdom. Oh, what am I doing? These are the wrong cards. See? I get to talking and I just get freaking completely sidetracked. So this was mine, guys. And so what it's saying to me is, like, you need some guidance, perhaps, because you're a little overwhelmed by all these insights you're having, all this inspiration. And although it's wonderful, you want to actually help the world transform. Unexpected transformation. What did I freaking say earlier? But you want, now that you're having all these realizations, you really want to get them out. You have the urge to express. But it's all jumbled because you've been living in a certain program for a while, so you don't understand how to work with this. When you've been living in a certain program for a little while, that's like going from one culture that is extreme to a totally different culture that is very extreme. That are some things in your other culture would have never even investigated to be understood. But this is like, everything is is like a puzzle, but it's like puzzles that you want to go into because you've been doing these puzzles recently, these life puzzles in your mind of different events in life that have led to now. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. How freaking funny is that? Did you see it flip? Certain events that have led to now that have been just floating around in your mind now are like the synapses are coming together. It's okay. So interesting. What I really got from this first thing is nothing to do with love or friendship even. What I got with this first thing is to have a sincere relationship with yourself, because she's like looking in a mirror, right? And you are Gemini, again, the twins. It's really interesting. And I'm saying that what this says is you got to have a sincere relationship with yourself. If you add 9 and 2 from 29, which is at the top of the card, you get 11, which equals 2. And that is the number of balance and harmony between your two sides. Maybe you need to seek literal counseling, like life coaching or something, to help you integrate all of this, a spiritual life coach. And you need nurturing. Yeah, so the things from the past, which probably came from your home life as a child, whatever that was. Because this is a number 4, which is the number of home, your foundations, your roots. If you're not stable, if you're not on solid, stable ground, and you're thinking that it's just because you're thinking that you can't possibly build something new, that you're just stuck with this ground forever, that you got the shitty end of the stick. You got a rotting wooden floor that's about to fall through. You're about to fall through to the basement. That's not true. Oop. Oh my God. See? Angels are with you. Have faith, because yes, look at spiritual battle. This is your spirit card. You've been having a spiritual battle between your mind, body, and soul, which is what this is. Sincere relationships with yourself. Remember your divinity. No more need for these battles between your two sides, good and bad or whatever. We are all everything. We're not nobody is solely good and solely bad. Truly, though. Anyway, I'm going to stop going off on tangents. I'm going to try to at least. Healing. Focus on healing. All right, so now I'm going to pull your love card, which again, we don't clarify because if we don't have our mind, body, soul in order, children, twins, how is it going to help us to be in a relationship, putting energy and focus onto another when we really need to focus on ourselves? Blessings. One more time. Aiden. Okay. Gemini, Archangel, Spirit guides. Oh my God. What? Okay, what was I saying about you needing to get your faith back? Well, first of all, you got enchantment, and then you've got trust. So trust this magic that is happening. You're the magician, because that's at your highest level, at your highest vibration, you're the magician. Because you can manifest anything, because you understand that your reality is based off your energy. And your energy is based off your subconscious patterning and thoughts and wounds. So these magical things that are happening, these magical insights, downloads, to trust them because they're signs. How cool is that? So I'm going to leave both of these here because I just like it. The unicorn always represents to me the third eye, our higher intuition. because the actual horn is pointing up and out from the third eye point. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's clarify your mind card using a mental deck. All of the decks are listed in the description box below, but this does happen to be the Hermetic Tarot, the Hermes, Mercury, mind. So let's see. Archangels, spirit guides, please clarify for us what's going on mentally for Geminis in December 2018. What does this agent or manager card mean for Geminis? December 2018. Gemini. Maybe this could mean a role model or something like that. An authority figure, because perhaps the authority figures or teachers. Whoa, holy crap. The authority figures or teachers you've had in the past. 1 second. Oh my god. Oh, this is karmic. Yes. Okay, anyway. The authority figures or teachers you've had in the past have led you, because Gemini is just like any other earth, or art. Why did I say earth? Or art. Holy crap. Mercury retrograde. Perhaps the teachers you've had in the past, because you're a Gemini and because your mind is so powerful and you are creative and imaginative, when you're young and your elders whom you believe are teaching you and guiding you in this time of being human, you absorb every single thing, not only that you see, but that you hear, and that you not only that you are told, but that you see and hear as well, even when people don't know that you're seeing and hearing. And you're very intelligent. Your mind is always moving from one thing to another. And so you take these things in and you absorb them, and they become reality, because they also probably are things to do with your emotions. And so then they're implanted. They're like, yeah. So if you've seen some things that were not interesting, Lord of Material Trouble, the Five of Pentacles. If you saw some things as a child that were not exactly the way that Three of Cups, it's not exactly the way that, oh my god, underlying the moon. Hey, your emotions. So there's something with your moon sign, by the way. Probably something to do with this karma. Anyway, or life cycle, I guess. Yeah, so if you saw things that were not correct and that really kind of hurt you as well, you're either going to go the path of trying to be the complete opposite of whoever had the most emotional negative impact on you, that you didn't feel that you got approval from, or something like that. You're going to either try and be the complete opposite, and therefore that's not good either, again, because you can't be solely one or the other, because you are all parts. This earth is yin. The souls on this earth are yin and yang. Everything is polarity and balanced. Okay, so if you saw things like that, you may end up wanting to be the opposite, or you may end up unconsciously repeating the patterns. And you may think, oh, well, maybe if I end up being with somebody different than so-and-so, because so-and-so was like this, or so-and-so ended up like this because whatever, because they were weak or whatever. These are just your thoughts. You may think that if you are with somebody totally opposite than that parent, then at least you won't end up like that or something. Then you end up finding out the person you're with, even though in a lot of ways they seem like the opposite, they're actually the same. They either have like the same kind of addictive thing going on, even if the substance is different. Maybe they talk to you the same way somebody talked to you, and it like triggers you. I don't know. whatever it is. Again, like I said, relationships, mirrors, and if you didn't have a good role model, all of these emotions and things and insights are going to come out all messed up, and people are not going to understand or receive it the right way. And then you're going to get more frustrated. You're going to get more, I guess, impatient and discouraged. That's what I'm really getting. Yeah. Impatient because you just want to, yeah, look, I mean, because, okay, the universe card is like, it's like the completing a cycle card. And it's like, maybe you know that intuitively that that's what's happening, but mentally, my dog, sorry, that's my dog. But mentally, you don't want to, you're trying to get this to just be over with because it's too much for you emotionally as well. It's bringing up a lot of old demons that you hid in your closet and that you forgot about maybe as well. But if you see what this is that, look at the great one of the night of time, universe, time, cycles, life cycle. It just, things go and they repeat in a spiral, you know? Yeah, because I mean, what this could bring up, if you don't come to the understanding that this is going to take a little time and it's okay to seek help. Seeking help may actually speed the process. If you don't seek help, it's, again, due to the fear, and that's why you need to trust, because in the center of this, you have the Five of Pentacles, this Lord of Material Trouble here. But really what it is like you're insecure, you're feeling worried, and you're isolating yourself, okay? And that's not healthy, especially with this, with these vulnerable things that are coming up for you. You know, they need an outlet, and you're Gemini, you need to communicate. You need that energy exchange. It's very important, especially if you're a Gemini moon. Because what you have is, if you allow yourself to go through this process and you know you have faith and trust in the universe that this is leading you to your highest, most good self, and it's going to benefit not just you, but everything that you love, everyone that you love, and generations to come, which we all know. We're all kind of coming to the realization of that. I mean, look at all the ancestry and finding your roots shows. Things about family, where you come from. Long lost family is one of them as well. You know, things like that. I mean, those are such a big deal because people, again, are waking up collectively. And this is what, so this is the Three of Cups, and it says you're going to celebrate. You know, you're going to get your creativity back. If you're feeling stifled, it's going to come back because your mind's going to get clearer with this. But this is also friendship. So it could be that, like, this agent or manager is really representative of having outside input, even if it's constructive criticism. You have to be able to absorb that information and discern, first of all, whether it's true for you. Second of all, discern which pieces of that, because not everybody is the best communicator. Look, the world, again, not everybody's the most amazing communicators. And you, especially if you're having these emotional and conflicting thoughts and feelings, you may not be the best communicator either. And Geminis are not always the best communicators, okay? Just because they talk. Oh, but look, there's hope, renewal, the Star card. There's hope and renewal. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta trust this. This is for your highest good. The angels are with you. They need you to realign. Okay, because you have a bigger purpose on this, in this world. Wait, did I get this before? I'm trying to think if I got this for anybody else. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. Here. You know what? It's just the way it is. I'm going to not keep putting the cards back because perhaps they really are just coming for a reason. You know, the energy is really flowing right now. Whoa. Oh, crap. You know what? Oh my god. The Wheel of Fortune. Once again, life cycle. Holy shison. That's crazy. See what I'm saying? So the first card you got out here to clarify this sincere relationships card, because, by the way, if you're having any physical issue, or if what I just felt like is I felt confined. So I feel like because this card is the clarifier, and it's the 10 of Pentacles, which could be, of course, financial failure, but it also could be something physically failing you because it's physical, it's tangible. It's a loss of some kind. So maybe physically you're like losing energy or losing something. I don't know. It could actually be, it could be financial, because that's also a mirror to what we feel inside. But it's also very much loneliness again. So that isolation thing, you know, you're isolating because you haven't aligned the two minds, and you are insecure about which mind is going to come out at what time, you know. You've not convinced yourself, as well as each side to you. You've not convinced either one that you are the boss, that the soul you, the higher self you, is the boss. Okay, not your mind. Your mind's not your boss. And what's cool about this is because what we have in the center, which clarifies this thing that I just said, sincere relationship with yourself, is just that, the Queen of Swords, the quick thinker. You know, mentally, your thoughts are organized. Those pieces of the puzzles are together. You're independent. You're not seeking other people's opinions because because you don't trust yourself with this. It's because you've made that sincere connection with yourself, and you've harmonized all sides of you, all fragments to you. So then you become the Gemini at your highest level. You're very perceptive. You can see right to the root of things and people. You're clairvoyant, basically. And then you also become the authority again. Yeah, the authority of your own life. I mean, come on. And what did I say about the stability? Because why? Underlying your angel card was security. This is what you could be if you connected every part of yourself back to yourself, even though it's painful. Yeah, of course it is. But guess what? Again, we all came here for this reason. We didn't choose to put these divine beings into these closed bodies that we want to jump out of as babies, you know. It's very frustrating being a baby, I'm sure. I just got that feeling. But yeah, that's not the purpose, though. Oh, that's not the purpose of this life. The purpose of it is to feel everything that it means. Oh my God, the Emperor. Everything that it means to be a human. And that includes things that are quote unquote painful. Because they're there for a reason. They're a part of this story that we're meant to tell. In the weaving, Six of Swords, what? Within the weave, or the spider web, the web of our life, the coding of our entire life. And DNA structure and Akashic records. It's what are we adding to those Akashic records, you know? Okay, so let's clarify the spirit card. Archangel, spirit guides, ancestors. Please clarify for Gemini. This angel's card, please. Gotta give them more faith. Let's give them more faith. They need it. They're starting to believe, though. Right? Isn't that cool? Isn't that a good feeling? Oy vey. I'm not sure if I want to take that. We'll see. That ain't it. Too many. Angel spirit guides. Whoa. Please give us some clarification. Oh my god. Yep, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. King of Swords. You are Gemini. You're the highest vibration of Gemini. You're the magician. Whoa. Okay. I don't know about this, though. This could make you blind, literally. But it's your choice to be that way. So let's see what else comes out really quick. I'll explain everything in a minute. I just want to get some more info to put this storyline together. Oh. Gemini, clarifier. Gemini spirit. Gemini. December 2018. Whoa. Ace of Swords. Cool. Okay. And the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So fast moving. You feel like you got the magic kind of energy. So obviously the King of Swords is, again, very similar to the Queen of Swords. You know, it's the freaking clear thought, you know, clairvoyance. It's truth. It's mental power. Oh, so the angels are talking to you. Clearly, that's what it is. And there's purple. Oh my god, that totally represents as well. What? Purple. That represents your third eye chakra opening and your spirituality. Yeah, see, you're awakening. This is your spiritual awakening. You're really very clearly having it. However, I kept this out because this is the 10 of Wands. You see, he's burdened, though. And that's because you feel like you're getting all of this way too quickly, this information. That's what I feel from this now. You know, all these downloads is too much. That's why you need this assistance at first. But this assistance into cultivating that harmony, that balance, and the mind-body-soul connection is going to bring you into your own authority and to clear your mind. And again, so that you're receiving the clear vision, downloads from the angels, from your higher self, from source. Yeah, because this is the polarity of you. This is like, you can't decide, and when you can't decide things, you're not in your own authority. You're not your own authority. You've lost your power because you forgot your power. So you never really lose it. You just forgot. And then what happens, though, when you forget? With that energy still coursing through us, because that's the energy of of the planets that animate us every day. That's why every day there's a different horoscope, which they're general most of the time, but some of it applies, depends who's writing it. But anyway, if it's a personalized horoscope, that means that it's based on the planetary alignments for the day, the energy that they bring to this earth. It's all magnetic, as well as the planetary energy of your birth chart, which is the energy that was put into you. It's like printed into you, printed onto your brain. It's a culmination of the Akashic records and all the different things that your past lives needed to bring into you. And so that's why it's like the sojourn is going through the energies of the planets and their signs and absorbing that energy or integrating that energy and then giving it back out to the world or to the universe and source. So this is you feeling divided, It's also denial of your truth. It's your inability to see your truth. And so you've been fighting, throwing swords blindly when you don't have to. Because why? Because the end clarifier is the Ace of Swords. I mean, it's literally like your original power that you had probably as a child or even as a teen. You were probably a master manifester. You could make like anything happen because you just believed. And then like as life went on, so even as a child, if you'd experienced things or your role models or something were not exactly right, maybe you weren't even aware of that, or maybe you were, but you didn't think there was any way in hell that was going to happen to you because you just know yourself. You knew that you're different than that and you're a master manipulator. But then life happened, right? And then maybe you had kids, maybe not. Maybe you're just out there in the real world and certain things that were patterns in your family or your whoever you looked up to. It didn't have to be family. It could be a neighbor. It could be a teacher, or whatever. Somebody that had a big impact on your life. You just saw the way that they did things, and at some point when you had to disconnect because something was very painful, when you had to disconnect body from soul from body and mind, you split them apart, you fragmented, and that created that polarity. And this, though, is that original manifester that you once were, the one who was not so hurt, the one who wasn't stuck with all this mud in their veins, mud in their brain, really. It's clear thinking again. It's victory. You're winning at life again because you are the boss of your own life and you're breaking through. So what this feels like, of course, is like the dark night of the soul. But there is light at the end of this tunnel, at every tunnel. That's what actually, it's funny that I'm even saying that right now, because I recently changed the picture on my YouTube, my I guess profile picture, to that. It's literally a tunnel of dark clouds, and there's this bright light at the end of it, and that's funny. That's what I consider the journey of astrology, Really that. Oops, sorry, just getting my dog reminded me that I gotta shuffle now for your frog, for your spirit animal totem. So this, guys, is whenever you're really in deep contemplation and you're thinking you don't know how to integrate this or whatever, you don't have that manager or authority figure or guru or teacher that you can look up to, spiritual teacher, therapist, whatever. But you're thinking and somehow, some way, this spirit animal shows up, whether you hear it, you hear the name of it, you see it, whether a movie, on a magazine, an advertisement, poster, in the clouds, whatever. if you see this, there's a powerful message for you, and it is to take the thought that you were thinking and whatever the symbolism of this animal is and merge them, because there's something there. There's some type of calculation, mathematical equation between your thought and the symbolism of this animal. So Gemini. What's the Gemini animal totem for December, guys? Ooh. Wow. Cool. Oh my god. In the bottom of the deck is the horse, which the horse is friendship, wisdom, strength. So that's what is carrying the energy of your next animal totem. I love this one because this is personally my literal spirit animal from when I was a baby. I had cats sleeping on my back as a baby, okay? Had cats my whole life. So cat is your spirit animal, guys. As common as kitties are, it doesn't really matter. If you've got a personal connection with cats, even more, this is more of a sign to believe in your magic and power that you've had forever. We all have. We all have always had. Anyway, here is the back of it. So if you want to screenshot that, if you don't, that's fine. I just do this in case people want to have this meaning right on hand, you know, in their phone as a picture or whatever. So now I'll read it. This is awesome. This totally applies to this. Remember what I said about your own authority. The symbolism of the cat. Independence, magic, and abundance. The cat is well known for its independent character. In the Egyptian hierarchy of beasts, it was a supreme being. The divine mother of all cats was the goddess Bast, as depicted in this painting, an earth mother and deity of life and abundance. The Greeks associated cats with the goddess Artemis, the huntress and virgin goddess of the moon. The moon, remember you got the moon card underlying this? Your emotions. The Roman version of Artemis was Diana, who was known for witchcraft. What did I say? The magician. See, this couldn't be any more clear. Whoever I'm speaking to, whoever I'm connecting to, this is very much clear message. It's clear thinking. No, but seriously, like I said, I'm a Gemini rising and a Gemini moon. So when I'm really in the flow and I'm really harmonized, I am definitely more clairvoyant than anything. Things come to me mentally, patterns and puzzles and things and random thoughts. I don't know. The way that I put things together intuitively, though, is mental, if that makes sense. I use my mind as my tool, which it is for everybody, but some people don't realize. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I hope that this reading helps you guys. I hope that you take what this is saying and apply it, because it's not just me saying it. It's coming from source, truly. And I'm just another sign or synchronicity to remind you to have faith and trust. Trust the magic, enchantment. Okay, remember that my energy creates my reality, and what I focus on is what I will manifest, magician. So it's time to be actively aware of what your thoughts are too. Become very aware of where your thoughts are heading, you know, especially if you're feeling lonely or isolated, because your thoughts can take you all kinds of places, especially if you're not feeding your mind with good food, healthy food, abundant food, interesting food that teaches you. Okay? Anyway, if you need a personal reading or if you have any questions, first of all, you can either comment down below or you can email me. My email is ariatruth@gmail.com. That's ariatruth@gmail.com. Just got parched out of nowhere. Interesting. So that's ariatruth@gmail.com, and my email will also be in the description box below, as well as, like I said, every card deck that I've used for this. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a wonderful December, despite if you are going through this massive awakening. It's a great time for that to happen. And trust me when I say that luck is on your side. Trust me when I say that. Even if you don't see it now, or it looks like you may be being thrown things, you know, it's all for the better. It's all a part of the plan, okay? Truly, it's all a part of the plan. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the year in December. And I can't wait to see you in January 2019, right? All right, bye guys. Love you.